I have learned that no matter what opinion you have about any topic in D&D, there will always be people that get completely bent out of shape. I saw on
Yeah, the
Facebook
people.
today there was a post in a D&D group. This guy was introducing his character. He was so clearly proud of his character, describing her and, how she looks, how she thinks, how she feels. And, he gave us, the basics. She's a bugbear, and I can't remember the class. But it was really cool. Like, it was a good character concept, in my opinion. And this one guy got in the comments and shit all over it by saying, I would never allow someone to play bugbear at my table. I'm like, dude, this isn't your table. Go away.
Whatever happened if you ain't got something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Yep.
Like, if somebody posed, like I once posed a question in a D&D group where I had accidentally given my party about 3 billion gold worth of adamantine.
Right.
Because they took their army of giants and literally tore down an adamantine tower and took it with them. They had 100 giants, and they're like, can we take the tower? I mean, it'll take you a really long time. That's okay, we'll spend a couple days.
Yeah.
All right, you want to spend 3 days and having 100 giants knock this thing over and then drag it? Yeah, sure, whatever.
Have at it.
Well, I posted that in, I've accidentally given my party 3 billion gold of a resource. What are some really good ways for them to spend a lot of money? And I got some really great responses. Some of them I already knew. Some people were, build an airship, let them buy some property, build a castle. And then the other half of the people were just shitting all over, you've done fucked up your game, you've ruined it, you've broken it.
Yeah.
It's only broken if you let it break.
Yeah, there was nothing broken about that. You were rolling with it.
Yeah, I mean, for flavor, I decided that the Earth Genies had a suspended tower from the ceiling of a cavern made of adamantine. Really cool. They're like, can we find the supports and just blow them up? I guess so.
Yeah.
Not an unreasonable request.
Really not. Yeah,
and then
people...
they dragged it away. Yeah, but some people will just, they instead of helping the community grow, they would rather tear everyone down from their keyboards whilst never playing themselves. And I think that's the big thing, is that those people on the internet that are crapping all over everybody else aren't playing their own games. So they're sitting at home, studying the rules, and waiting for you to fuck up in your post and jumping at it. Within our community, there is a problem within some of the older generation of gamers, and I'm not saying all of them.
Right.
But if you take a look, like, something I've noticed in the community over the last couple of years is some of the older gamers lamenting how, they were bullied and they were nerds and they were in chess club and they got beat up by the jocks all the time, and they had to put in their dues to be where they are in the hobby.
Right. They're like offended that we might actually accept nerds now.
Well, not only that, but they're talking about how they had to go through all of this stuff, and now these kids these days don't have to do it, and they're changing and making it more accepting of pronouns and gender changes and all these other things. But if you stop and start actually doing a deep dive into the people that are playing D&D, yes, it is the most popular it's ever been, but at its core, there are a lot of kids who can't be who they want to be in their everyday lives.
Mm-hmm.
So they just want to make a fantasy character where they can be them and they can be powerful for once.
Yeah.
Just like that chess club kid in the 70s.
Yep. And one thing is, whenever someone complains about how easy people have it nowadays, I want to smack them and be like, well, isn't that the point? Aren't we supposed to make it easier for the next generation?
That's, been the whole point of human evolution for the last 12,000 years.
I mean, I thought so, but apparently, half the world doesn't agree. Bottom line is, quit gatekeeping a great game.
Exactly. Quit gatekeeping in general. Because if you gatekeep, your game or your hobby or your anything will fail. It will die because there's no fresh people into it.
Yeah.
And the money lord, the soulless one, as Davy Chappie referred to him, at Hasbro wants money. And if people aren't buying the product, they will stop printing it.
Exactly. And I think the world needs more D&D. Will 6th edition completely tank and be a crapshoot? Possibly. But hey.
I mean, if the previous editions are any indication, yeah, 6 is not going to be the best. And I think they'll do 5.5 before they do 6. 5th edition is still selling way too well. I think we're going to get a Player's Handbook 2 in the next year that's going to grab all the little races that you've had to buy 12 goddamn books to be able to get
Yeah.
and put them all in one place.
That would be really nice. Yeah, I could see that, for sure.
Like, I understand their marketing ploy. It's that every book appeals to both players and dungeon masters.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I'm not going to use the setting, then I'm in it for the monsters and the character classes. And
Oh, for sure. And spells.
I mean, shameless. I mean, I will gladly. They're not paying me for this, but Kobold Press's Tomb of Beasts is amazing, and your players will never see it coming.
I should look into that.
It's an amazing book. I turned in a previous game. I actually let a person tame a what's called an acid ant. It's like an ant the size of a cat that spits acid.
Ooh, that's horrifying. And there was a fairly decent sized spider in my shower this morning when I went for a shower.